sport truly saved my life.
Everyone loves playing with her because you don't have to worry about the work ethic of the person playing on your right when it's Jessica McDonald.
I couldn't do anything but try and succeed.
Did you ever confide in anyone about what you were going through at home?
Never. I was scared. Taking that risk, being away from my family, being away from my baby.
She's won a lot of games, and now she's becoming a legend.
I've made a name for myself through blood, sweat, tears, sacrifices, all the above. I'm still not getting what I deserve.
Once I'm in a game, no matter how outside of soccer my life is going, I just have this tunnel vision. I'm just in the moment and that's it. Since I was 5 years old, I'd been playing sports. I signed up for everything possible. You name it, I played it. I was quarterback on the football team one year. I played volleyball, softball, dabbled into basketball a lot.
And that key player is Jessica McDonald.
She is arguably one of the best athletes in the state, definitely the best athlete on the floor today.
That was my escape. I grew up in a pretty hostile environment. There were more bad days than there were good. I watched my mom get abused a lot. She got beat all the time for the first 15 years of my life. And every other day, I'd just sit there and watch her just get beat by her boyfriend. I'd go and hide in my room and cry.
Did you ever confide in anyone about what you were going through at home?
Never. I was scared. My family didn't even know. My brother didn't even know. I ran away from home when I was 17 years old, and to this day, I have not been back since. I didn't know how to handle it mentally at that point. My grades started to decline. SAT scores sucked. And so I had to rely on junior college first. Went to junior college, refocused. I was like, all right, this is my life. I can do this. Graduated with honors at Phoenix College, still played 3 sports. Graduated a little early so I can get to UNC and just move on from there. Going through all the hardships that I've gone through in my life, sport has helped me cope with, all of the outside noise that has happened. I needed to get to UNC. It was my dream school. If junior college wasn't even an option for me, I probably wouldn't have made it to University of North Carolina, or D1 in general. Definitely fought hard to get there, and everything kind of just settled into place.
That's the lacrosse camp. By the way, Mia Hamm's here.
Is she? Where's she at?
Her daughter's in the camp.
Oh, really?
Yep. So she's here supporting her daughter. We've had some sellouts, but not during COVID. We coaches contribute something, but there's something inside the great athletes that is why they're great. And she had that piece. So those are Jess's. I absolutely love the kid. I love coaching her. The 2 years she played for me, we were national champions. The national championship final one year, she scored the only goal.
Plays it in front, redirected in the early goal for the Tar Heels. Jessica McDonald.
She's just an amazing player and human being. And by the way, everyone loves playing with her because you don't have to worry about the work ethic of the person playing on your right when it's Jessica McDonald. Unless you knew her circumstance, you would never know there was a circumstance. She came from nowhere and she ended up on top of the mountain.
Come on, come on. That's my captain!
After the 2009-2010 season, I ended up getting drafted, and I was like, wow, this is a whole different dream here. It was a crazy ride because I'm a rookie and I am playing with these incredible players at this point. I was with Chicago Red Stars, Megan Rapinoe, Christiani, like incredible players, like top notch. Formiga, oh my goodness.
Last couple guys, keep it right, Carrie. Good, keep it right, come on.
The level from college into pro, it's a huge gap because it's so much quicker, so much faster. And I'm like, holy crap, you can't even, hear yourself think. I got my first start in August of 2010. And within minutes, probably the most devastating moment of my entire life, I fully ruptured my patellar tendon, which is like a very rare injury. It happens in American football and car accidents. Way worse than ACL. It's a 2-year recovery, according to my surgeon. I'm not even supposed to be playing at a high level again. He gave me a 1 out of 10 chance of even playing at a high level again. Here I am thinking my pro career is done. Soccer is a no-go. I relied heavily on my faith. I relied heavily on the true circle and support system that I had, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life at this point. And I find out I'm pregnant with my son. My circle got smaller and smaller during my rehab because here I am no longer a pro. I don't have people calling me as much. Family and friends are like, oh, you're having a kid, you need to settle, get your 9 to 5 going. In the back of my mind, I'm like, there's no way I'm done.
Your mother too, she kind of has an athletic background, right?
My mom's an incredible athlete. She was the only woman on her soccer team. I read news articles growing up about her, how she was supposed to be the first woman in the NBA. Big baller.
She put that aside, right? For kids, essentially.
She sacrificed not going to college, not taking her ticket to the next level of sports and her education for me, essentially. I kind of had to use her story as motivation to not do that. I was coaching, dabbling into coaching. Okay, maybe I could be a coach. Coach youth teams, worked my way up to my junior college, Phoenix College, for the men's program. Not only was I help coaching them, I was also recovering after giving birth, still recovering from knee surgery, kind of feeling good, exercising again. Just started jumping into training sessions with the boys. And then Anton Dorrance at UNC found out that I was training again. He reached out to me and was like, hey, there's this team in Melbourne, Australia that needs a striker, like right now. Their striker just tore ACL, they're towards the end of preseason, and I'm like, Australia, what, excuse me? Like, I just had a child like 7 months ago. It's like, why not? It's only for a couple months. I couldn't do anything but try and succeed, obviously, just taking that risk, being away from my family, being away from, my My baby.
Well, the closest season ever in the Westfield W League culminated in a grand final between Melbourne Victory and Sydney FC.
Led my team to the grand final, first time in Melbourne Victory history. Coming off of the plane from Australia, the owner of Chicago Red Stars calls me literally as soon as I landed. I'm like, how did you even know my flight information? NWSL was all of a sudden a league, and kind of ran with that, and here I am. As heartbreaking as it was, that sacrifice was so worth it.
Hello guys, my name is Jeremiah Stewart, and it's been really fun hanging out with my mom.
Do you remember your trip to France when your mom won the World Cup?
Oh yeah, was it the one with all the confetti?
That's probably the one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was super fun.
How are you? You good? Oh, hey, man. Sometimes it's going to take sacrifice. Sometimes it's going to take hard decisions. Wanting your dream to just come true. And mine definitely did, becoming a World Cup champion.
And Jessica McDonald, you brought us all to tears so often as we followed your social media and your son coming over, a true soccer mom, and your journey incredible, and playing some quality minutes in that second game as well. Jessica McDonald, as you reflect on being a World Cup champion, having your son there as well, what did it mean to you?
It meant the world to me, of course, not only being able to represent the best team in the world, because it's obviously a dream come true, but to also represent my child, just a human being that obviously I take care of, that looks up to me day in and day out. And it's an honor to obviously represent the crest on my chest, but also just to see the happiness on his face and being able to experience this, because this is big. And I'm just happy at the end of the day. He's at an age right now, he's 7 years old, where he's going to remember this. And hopefully that moment, him holding that trophy, is something that's just going to inspire him with whatever it is that he wants to do in the future.
You've talked about being this underdog and, you know, having a chip on your shoulder, feeling like you have something to prove. And Anson sort of spoke to this too, where she's like, yeah, I feel like Jess, you know, the great athletes play like they have something to prove, and I don't know what that something is for Jess, but there's something out there.
Absolutely. It's got a lot to do with my mom. It's got a lot to do with my dad. It's got a lot to do with my son. It's got a lot to do with my whole lifestyle growing up, you know, everything that I've gone through. And the people who would tell me I would not be anything.
And number 14 is Jess McDonald.
The legacy that I want to leave is one for the future moms in NWSL. Because I've been in this league since day one. I'm one of the few that has been. While scraping pennies, all the trades, you name it, I went through it in this league. But I want to show other moms and future moms that it's possible. And the equal pay fight is just the start of it all right now, especially for the little girls who want to be in our shoes one day. I've made a name for myself in this league through blood, sweat, tears, sacrifices, all the above.
she's like won a lot of games, and now she's becoming a legend.
Why do you say she's becoming a legend?
Because the whole world thinks she's that important.
Do you think she's that important?
Yeah.